or the people. So through the electronic medium, and hence we say it is e-governance. The word e is with reference to the application of internet, all the role played by the IT in this bridging the gap between the communication in between the government and the masses or the customers, the society. Now, specifically, we have seen the application with the essential government documents. We had discussed these points in the previous session. So here maybe with reference to government documents, maybe you need a birth certificate, marriage certificate, caste certificate, Aadhaar card, any of the linkages today. You see, government has also implemented the e-governance with the help of IT, involving IT in their day-to-day functioning or activities. Today, it has become much more easier for us to get any information. Previously, we used to visit the particular government offices and inquire about the details. Maybe any certificate or Aadhaar card, anything. Today, that's not the scenario. On the web portal, if you log in, easily you get the information. Now, here, wherever maybe the physical access is required. Physical access means maybe biometric is required and you go there for your thumb impression. There, you come in contact with the particular offices or service providers. Otherwise, everything is available online. If you consider the agriculture sector also, I have taken an example of 7/12 extract or the registration of the crops grown. Apart from this also, there are many applications. Like we have different kiosks for the farmers where they get easy information. The government people, they have nominated, especially in the rural areas, if you have, they have the offices and there are government nominees who contact the farmers and the farmers get the relevant information from these government officials. As farmers, they don't know, many of the farmers, they're illiterate, they do not have the knowledge. So here these officials, they convince the customers or pass on the information on the behalf of the government. Paying taxes online, any type of tax, even in the business case also, this is applicable. So maybe if any person wants to pay the tax, it is available online. Now, if you take other government institutions like government hospitals, government schools, etc., the online information and the services are available. Now, today we are in the e-learning mode. Apart from that, the administrative part can be carried out by visiting the web portal. So, as far as the hospital is considered, here only the administrative part or the information seeking part, up to that only the application is restricted, because you cannot, the doctor cannot treat actually. You know, they have to be in contact. When it is a service provider, both of the entities should be together, then only it is possible. Government recruitment, if we see today, we do have the online exams through the e-recruitment. In the government sector also, the percentage is rising. Now here, apart from the interview, due to pandemic also, government included the e-interview techniques here. But usually it is the physical interview, while the online mode is applicable for the maybe the objective type of questions. Again, it depends upon which type of government department it is. Each and every department, they have their own procedures of recruiting, because in some of the cases, a person needs to demonstrate. For recruitment, a person needs to demonstrate. They one cannot think of having the e-learning mode, or in terms of physical examination. This is not the applicable or the criteria. Only wherever there are the objective type of tests, the government can think of recruiting with the help of this e-technique or the through the online mode. Government transportation, we have the bookings, railway bookings through the online portal, even the buses. So here, today, if we see, this is more penetrated because of the penetration of electronic gadgets and the internet, the infrastructure. The more the infrastructure facility available, more are the services penetrated in that area. Today, even if you see online purchase of shares, like LIC has come up with the IPO. So if you have a demat account, opening of demat account, and the government organizations where masses would like to purchase their shares, so online portal it is possible. If you are availing postal services, even that is possible through the online mode, postal banking, tracking of goods. So here, this is with reference to the government to business, again, taxes. Now here, when one thinks of importing the goods, they pay the taxes to the government, also the sales tax or the GST, which is to be paid. It is through the online mode. Similarly, in government sectors, we find that they procure the goods through the tenders. That is one is taking place through the online mode today. Previously, that was not the case. But today, if you see the penetration or the shift towards inviting the online bids has increased. So e-procurement, maybe government hospitals, government schools, all of the government sectors, today we see that the penetration is increasing. So coming to G2G, government to government communication. One government office is communicating with the other government office. Here, if you take an example of the RBI, the regulatory authority, under which all the banks, the insurance sector works. So whenever this RBI would like to inform something to the bank, it is available through the RBI to the other banks. All the information is passed on to the other banks, or maybe the insurance sector, any of the companies which are under the government, the information is readily available. So here, even in case of tendering process, one government organization invites just the bids from the other government institutions. So in that case also, e-procurement, that is in between G to G. Now, government had issued the gold sovereign bonds, isn't it? RBI is the controller. But here, many of the other banks came up with this offer. Though it was for the masses, but was controlled by RBI. So again, the communication between the government agencies and the nationalized banks, purchasing of goods, so through tenders. Just now I spoke about it. Even that takes place as far as this G2G is considered. You can think of other examples also. I have taken a few. The area is very broad. The spectrum is very broad. If one wants to explain it in detail, you can take into account different categories like transportation. In transportation, you can have railways. In transportation, you can have the bus transport facilities, anything. So here, make the points and try to explain it with reference to that particular heading. Government to employees. Now, necessarily here, when I say employees, who are the employees here? Then government to employees, the relation between government to employees. Why the faces are like this today? Okay. Then who are the employees here? Here G2E means the relationship or the communication is from the government to the employees. Who are the employees? किसके employees है? Government servants, government employees. What about others? Now, in some of the organizations, I've given one example of provident fund. Okay, so even in private sector, do you find this? Isn't it? So here it somewhere reflects to the welfare, the part of labor welfare, the act under the labor welfare, where the government has made mandatory even for the organizations, the corporate sectors, the private organizations also to take care of the employees. So here communication from the government to the employees relates to all the employees as well as their own employees, that is those who are working the government servants, for them also. Some of the benefits they are availed only or they are given only to the government employees. So even here the communication from the government is to those employees only. So here there are two parts, all of the employees and only the government servants. Again, e-recruitment from the government to the employees. So here whenever the government thinks of employing through this medium, informing the masses, informing the employees. Now for whom it is possible? When I'm saying it's the e-recruitment, okay, government to employees. Employees means already they are employed. Then what does it mean? Not necessarily these employees would be government servants. They may be the other employees also. That is one thing. Second thing, there are internal recruitments. In the government sector itself, for the upgradation, for the promotions, there are exams. So here the government communicates the employees. There are many entrance exams. There are many labs as far as the promotions are considered. When an employee reaches a particular level, maybe all India level, okay, there the performance is evaluated and they are recruited through this e-recruitment mode. And one has to prove their caliber here. So that's why e-recruiting is there. Now here, internal efficiency and effectiveness with the help of these IT or internet, how the government is day by day improving its efficiency. Now, when the government thinks of opting or embracing this technology, IT part, ultimately, within a fraction of seconds, the information would reach the concerned people, the masses, the employees, or the other government offices, government sector, or the businesses. Any of the communications with the help of internet will reach within fraction of seconds. Maybe on the web portal, they just need to blink some with reference to maybe recruitment or inviting the bids or the tender on the web portal. Or maybe they can mail the particular candidates or particular business offices. So here, as time is not wasted, it affects the efficiency and helps in improving or towards the betterment of e-governance. Today, we also have been facilitated with the help of this IT revolution in the government sector. easily we come to know the tracking of the documents also, isn't it? When we will get or what are the problems, whether it is approved or not with reference to our documentation. Now this is because of the automation part. You see that since many things are automated, it becomes quicker and easier to gain access to that particular service. Maybe you want to avail a particular document, you want to avail the benefits, monetary benefits. Suppose the government has given some subsidies, your account details are there, directly you get the money in your account. The data gets upgraded with the help of this internet application based software. So through automation also, it improves the efficiency. Now coming to the M government, mobile government. Since the penetration of smartphones is increasing, the shift is moving from this internet to mobile, usage of mobile. Do you get the messages from the government offices on your mobile? What type of messages do you get? It's not like the private retail store outlets, you know. So which type you can say? Yes, think of. OTP is there. OTP is with reference to what? Security. Maybe if you have applied for license, you come to know that maybe if it is dispatched, what is the status? Apart from that, और कुछ मैसेज आता है? Yes, no. The portal india.gov.in, you get all the details about the documents. About the vaccinations in detail you get. So you used to get the message. Also you used to get the report of vaccination on your mobile. So here, because of this mobile, it has facilitated. Now here, what is the limitation for this? What is the limitation of this? The better side is, what are the advantages? What are the advantages? Transparency. Very good. Transparency. Then, yes, time is saved. Further, no need for the customers to wait in the queue, which it used to happen if you might have visited, or even today also you will find the government offices, long queues, people are waiting. Wherever the penetration is not much, or whether wherever in those offices there are problems, or people are not much aware, they still like to physically visit the offices. There are long queues. What is the limitation? The information is accessible, as we said, time constraint, time is saved, better facilities provided to the people. It improves the effectiveness or efficiency. What is the limitation? Whether it has any limitation? It is portable also. Mobile you can carry anywhere, so it is portable also. What is the limitation? Internet hona chahiye na? Facility should be there, the gadget should be there. Then only it is possible. Otherwise, it's not possible. Now coming to the next part, the last point of this chapter, that is e-learning. The application of internet with reference to e-learning. Now previously, before pandemic also, e-learning existed, but it was not in that much focus, or people were not much aware. And the pandemic, it made the things compulsory to shift to some or the other e-learning mode to stay in connection with the services as far as the educational sector was considered. Now, use of online delivery of education materials and methods. This is a definition, okay? Using information technologies for the purpose of e-learning. So, whenever through the online mode, the education takes place, it is the e-learning, part of e-learning, maybe with reference to the learning material, the methods used with the application of internet, with the application of IT. Based somewhat, there should be some bridge which builds the gap between both the entities. One is the facilitator, other is the person who is availing the educational facilities. So the platform which bridges the gap in between those two aspects. Now here it ranges just from virtual classrooms to the mobile conferences also. In corporate sector also, the companies used to have the e-learning mode through the virtual mode, specifically corporate trainers. Since the people are skilled, okay, maybe a person is in Bangalore and the office is in Pune. With the help of mobile conferencing or video conferencing, the employees are given a specialized training with reference to that particular course, maybe voice process, for example. Because here the employees are serious and the facilitator is paid by the company. So it becomes mandatory for the employees also, since the company is paying. The employees, they learn through this online mode. It includes the computer-based instructions, training. Now here, if given an option for you, would you prefer e-learning? Okay. So what is important for this e-learning? If you want to learn something, devices are there. Then one very important thing is, unless and until you are self-motivated, you will not openly embrace this e-learning part. That is, many a times the physical education, okay, it becomes mandatory. Here the teachers are there. They just ask the students to come to gain the knowledge. It's made compulsory. While in the e-learning mode, previously also, as I said, e-learning was there. No companies, I gave you an example. Here, if what will happen if the employee, okay, is not interested to be part of that training through e-learning mode, what will happen? Maybe that training is very important. That's why company has invested. If the employee is not motivated, if the employee is not interested, then whether he would learn anything, and it will affect the output, because afterwards maybe he will have to work upon that. That's why he is being given the training. Similarly, here in e-learning, if a person wants to learn genuinely, then he should have that motivation to learn something new. Maybe there is a course, okay. If we have Harvard Business or Harvard University, they go for the online course. Maybe you have paid the fees. Because you want to learn something, you have paid the huge fees. Then you will be interested and you learn, you ask your doubt. So unless and until you want to learn something, you want to achieve something, a person will not be motivated. The person will not be interested in opting for e-learning mode. Today we have the online lectures, isn't it? Genuinely, how many of them they listen, they are interested, is a question. The person who is motivated, the person who wants to gain knowledge, he will definitely ask questions. He will definitely be interested to understand how to gain the knowledge about that particular subject. If not interested, okay, just it's on, it's going on, and here the parallel work process is done. So it depends here. The instructor has no control over the students, over the person who is learning. One cannot think of controlling them here. It is here the onus or the responsibility lies more on the learner in this mode. So if we understand the benefits, basically benefits of e-learning, that is the first and foremost thing is acquiring knowledge or education. Now here, whenever there is something new, suppose a new course is there and a person is interested, tomorrow if your recruitment is dependent on that particular course or how much you achieve, the grade, then definitely a person will think of adding value through gaining this additional information, additional knowledge. So that's why education is the first point here. Learning and training time reduction. So one can think of having the flexibility. When I say time, maybe if there are the videos, okay, whenever the learner has a time, he or she can think of listening to the videos, and maybe through the chat also they can be in contact with the facilitator. They can ask them the questions and upgrade themselves in case of any doubts. Did we have this such type previously when we did not have the internet? Did we have any more of this IGNU courses? Have you heard about this? सुना है नहीं सुना है नहीं IGNU courses New Delhi? No. Where they have the registered offices, okay, throughout India, and the students get the learning material from them. They just have to attempt the exam on that particular centers. They used to just give the, you can say a distance mode of learning it is. So previously also we had such type of classes or learning, distance learning. Distance learning because this center is somewhere else and the students are somewhere else. That's why we say it's a distance course. So masters, we have the distance learning, isn't it? Because of internet, today we say it's a e-learning, a step ahead to reach to the students. So during those days, maybe printed material was made available. Today we already have the, everything is available on the website itself. The cost is definitely reduced here because everything is available on the portal. At a single click, you may get all the material, ready material of the particular course here. That's why the cost gets reduced in this e-learning mode. Large number and diversity of learners, as there is no limitation of a geographical constraint. Anywhere in the world, the person can be, the student can be, they can opt for it. Maybe they can just send the learning material to the student at any corner of the globe, and through the online mode, they can just take the exams. Specifically, in India, it started with the few of the exams related to IT courses. Today we have the SAP program. Many of the service providers or the on the global level also, many of them, they have their institutes which teach through the online mode. They conduct the exams through the online mode. They get the certificates as a certified trainers also here. So here large numbers and diverse pool of learners are there. Innovative teaching method, so there is no constraint as far as the pedagogy is considered and the output assessment is considered. One can think of having the objective methodology, or the other, they can have just the Viva method or any other method, the presentation method. So here there is no constraint as far as the teaching pedagogy is considered. So this point I was speaking about the self-paced and motivation learning. If a person is motivated to achieve something, if the person wants to really gain the knowledge, then he will listen to all the videos, the lectures, and try to gain the access. Richness and quality is improved. Richness and quality maybe because of the digital mode. Okay, one can have a full of access to much of the database. So here the quality of that content, it improves. Here more than one person may be guiding the students. 2-3 instructors with reference to a single course, those who are specializing in that area, core subject, they come together and they are in contact. They are the facilitators for the students, and hence the students get more insight from these experts. And that's why we say richness and quality is improved through this. Flexibility, maybe whenever the person is available or the instructors are available. As I said that videos are available. Now you have the YouTube channels also. So that is also next point, I think, in the next slide, where you can reach the students or the learners. Here there are no limitations as far as the updated knowledge is considered. Through the online mode, as more people get involved, the updated pool of knowledge is added to the existing knowledge, and hence maybe the learners at every point of time, they get the revised version of the content. It's not the old version. So these are the benefits. Coming on to the limitation is, now here, these instructors themselves, they have to be on toes. Then only it is possible to reach to the customers. That is retraining. Retraining, they will have to be updated with what's going on around the globe. That's why we say that more than one expert is involved here with reference to a particular course, so that all the dimensions of the course get covered. If it is a single person, there would be only one dimension. So here, when more people are involved, there is a possibility of having more dimensions. Each and every person has a different way of thinking. So here, when you involve more than one person, you may have different look for the angles, or maybe the different angles for the course would be focused. And even the specialization, even in a single subject also, you have, or a single course also, you have many of the different variety of topics. So when the people come together, they have their own perceptions, and they can think of bridging the gap and giving the best to the students. Equipment needed, again the infrastructure facility is needed. Maybe you should have a smartphone, you should have your laptop, the internet connection. These are the limitations. Face-to-face interaction is not possible. Now here, that's why motivation is important. The student should, if there is a problem, the student should ask the instructors that I have not understood this. Here, maybe in physical class, maybe I get a glance of the student's face and I understand whether they have understood or what is the mood of the student. That is not the case in the e-learning mode. Also, the need for reliable wireline and wireless communication networks. So again, infrastructure facility should be provided. If it is not available, then there is a problem for this e-learning aspect. Now coming to this distance learning or virtual universities. Today, because of the internet penetration or availability, we do have the distance learning. As I said, distance learning prevailed before pandemic or before even the internet was there. Like I gave an example of a IGNU or Symbiosis International University, or even in Hyderabad also you have many universities. So here they used to physically give the notes, the reading material to the students. They used to courier the printed material to the students, and the students were asked to write the assignments, and they were assessed on the basis of those assignments, and even the 50% on the basis of assignments, 50% on the basis of exams. Now here this depended on the transparency of the candidate as far as the exams or maybe visiting the particular centers of those universities. Now through this online mode, it has become much more easier for these universities to reach the candidates. I have taken some examples like Stanford University or IGNU Distance Learning, Symbiosis or Sikkim Manipal University. Through the online mode, one can register for the courses and opt for e-learning mode. One can think of completing any course desired by the candidate, desired by the student. It depends upon the availability of the courses with reference to those universities. So here maybe if you want to take up a particular course, you register with that particular university, you get all the reference material, you study the reference material, get the certificate. Now specifically when the course is new, it is different, maybe something unique, then the certifications matter more for the candidate. It adds value to their skills or to their resume. Now, online corporate training, as I said, many of the companies, they go for this online corporate training. Specifically, if you say today also in the IT companies, where the support system is considered, where the technicalities is considered, or voice support or voice processing is considered. Maybe the person is in Chennai, the instructor or the trainer, and the employees are from the Pune office. So through this online mode, the corporate trainer gives the training. And second thing is, because the word is there, corporate training, a company may have offices in Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, anywhere, Mumbai, etc. So at a single time, maybe they may have one corporate trainer giving the training to employees from the different offices. It saves the cost, first thing. Second thing, it becomes difficult to gather so many, all the employees on a single platform. And because of the platforms today like WebEx or Zoom or Microsoft, it has become much more easier for these companies to organize the trainings. Otherwise, the training part is a huge investment for the corporate. And these skilled people, those who provide the training, their fees are very huge. As they are skilled, they have that technical expertise. So from the company's point of view, the cost gets reduced through this online mode. Now here an employee cannot say that I will not learn. That is not the option given by the companies. Otherwise the companies would say better you quit. This is for your sake. We would like to have the output, and that's why you are placed here. Social networking and e-learning. Today, if you see with the penetration of the social networking, many of them, they are connected to the social networking websites, Facebook, isn't it? the penetration is increasing. So here, with the help of these social networking websites, also people try to gain knowledge. There might be a person who has a skill or a expertise in that particular field with reference to that particular field, and the others become the facilitators. You have the groups today with the common interest. They come together, they work on a single project. Many a times, the managers work on the cross-functional level. Project A, project B, project C. Okay, and the people, they get intermingled between the projects also. Maybe a person is completing with the project A, he is moving into B. Already the project B has started. These things, they do happen, and just to bring the employees on a common platform, many a times their managers, they also use this social networking to make the employees understand. So here it is the applicability. Now training is a one type of learning only. When you learn something new, when you want to have a pool of knowledge about a different subject totally where you are not aware about it, it is with the help of internet, it is e-learning. Next is the learning management systems. Now, it consists of the software applications basically for managing e-training and e-learning programs. Now, we say here already mechanized programs are built with the built-in function. They are made available, they are centralized so that every time there is no need for the companies or for the educational institutes to design the course or design that pool of information every time when they face a new student or a new learner. So it is built in, the application is designed in such a format that whenever a person enters into that particular software, he gets access to all the procedure or the steps. Maybe first step is register.
Maybe you get
the material, how many courses are involved. Maybe there is a payment portal also for those different students. There is also assessment tool to assess the students, what is the level of it and what is the output. Also with reference to this, there is also the placement tab where it gets upgraded as and when the companies visit that particular facilitator, it is upgraded. If a student maybe on the basis of assessment directly gets placed, again there they have a different process of registering. So every updated information is kept at a centralized place. It provides effective instructor interactions. Now here, when you have a centralized pool, every now and then, if the instructor is available there, okay, according to that date, if you have used the Microsoft, there one can think of having the inbuilt programs according to days, timings. You may have the different slab for different instructors. When the student just logins, when just he logins, he understands today who is the instructor at what time. So if there is any meeting scheduled, everybody can just have access to this common platform or the common portal with the help of this application tools. And hence we say it is the student instructor interactions. It smoothens the interactions between both of them. Centralized and automated program administration. So here as on the website, everything is centralized. Anyone who logins, he gets a view of exactly what it is. Whose session is going on, who is the instructor, when are the exams, or what is the reading material which is placed, or some assignments. Everything is noted, everything is automated with the help of this software application. So we say that it's a single point of access for learning material. Now the last part are the ebooks. Whether you have got your ebooks, you have received your ebooks, देखा है open करके smiley, you have received? हाँ नहीं, what does a smile mean? Maybe you have received, you have not opened it. That might be a possibility. So here, when the books are in the digital format, okay, we say they are the e-books. Now here, the storage is not a problem. One can think of having a large pool of database. Many books can be placed or stored here. One can access to n number of books irrespective of any limitations. It depends upon the learner what exactly he wants to learn from the digital books here. Now, each and every person has their own interest. So with the help of this e-books, you can just access any of the e-books. Maybe the motivation is you are a self-learner, you want to learn. Maybe somebody has forced you to write the assignments and that's why you are looking for the e-book. There are two aspects. One thing you want to learn, and the other thing is exam for the assessment. We need the material, how to search, where to search. So the e-books are available and the student tries to find something in the e-books. A particular point or a particular word you want to highlight, you can directly search from the book. There is no need. Otherwise, maybe you have to just go through the index to understand the chapters, but particular words, it's not possible to search in books. But in e-books, if you want to find, just go for that keyword and you will get it. It becomes much more easy. It is easily accessible because of the e-books. Maybe you visit that particular page, you get the information. Specifically, this happens when you are in a hurry. You are in a very much hurry. You need only that part, and because of this e-books through the internet is one of its advantage, we can say. Low cost because again you are not purchasing the physical entity, physical book, it's in the digital form. But few of the books, even though digital, okay, they are the paid versions. It depends upon the author and the publisher. If the access is not there, then maybe you will have to pay a particular amount and you get the access to the content of those books. Searchable text, just now I spoke that if you want to search a particular text, you just type and it is immediately available. Any book you would like to have, just type Google. Okay, just type for it with the title, maybe the author, you will immediately get access to it. You will come to know, or even though you want to know, which are the books with reference to that particular course or the subject, you will immediately get the access. You will get the list of it. Out of that, you search what you want, and it is made available. Now, this because of the maybe your laptop, tab, or the phone, wherever you go, you can carry those e-books very easily. There is no need to collect. Maybe if you carry the phone, it's easily accessible through the internet. Rich, media rich because again, wherever the internet is there, everything is available. If the internet is not there, that is a limitation. Then nothing is available. So here we finished with this part of digital application of digital business with reference to few points, which is continued again in the next chapter, maybe with reference to tourism, transportation. That we will continue in the next session.